With my actions today, we will end the Green New Deal and we will revoke the electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto industry and keeping my sacred pledge to our great American auto workers. In other words, you'll be able to buy the car of your choice.
That was President Trump today. He's going to end Biden's Green New Deal. It's loaded with inflationary overspending, wasteful boondoggles for his Democrat donors. Plus, he's going to get rid of Biden's smothering mandates like the one for electric cars. Let's welcome to the show, look who's back with us, the leader of the group Auto Workers for Trump, Brian Pannebecker, and Chicago resident P-Rae Easley. It's great to see you both again. It's a pleasure to have you both on. Brian, first you, how are you feeling now that Trump is officially back in the White House?
Fantastic. I watched the inauguration at a watch party our Congressman John James held right in D.C. since we couldn't watch it live outside. And he gave Auto Workers for Trump a shout out. And it was just amazing. The place erupted, a lot of Michigan people in there. So we know what that means. The EVs, the mileage standards, the CAFE standards, they're all going to be walked back. They're going to be reasonable, and it will not force the manufacturers into building electric vehicles. And that's going to save the American auto industry. So we're very, very excited about President Trump's second term.
Gotcha, Brian. But P-Rae, how do you feel? I mean, a new CBS poll, 60%, a majority of Americans are now optimistic about the next 4 years under Trump, even more so than they were in 2017. What do you think?
We are excited to have our president back after suffering for the past 4 years. My city is currently under an invasion, and my Donnie is coming to save us. So we are elated that President Trump is in office. Chicago is going to be stop #1 tomorrow for the border czar, and Chicago is ready to greet them at the airport. Thank you, President Trump, and thank you, America, for helping us save Chicago.
So, save Chicago. You heard P-Rae there, Brian. How do you feel about what P-Rae just said?
He's not only saving Chicago, Liz, he's saving Detroit and the domestic auto industry, which means South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia. And he's not just saving America, he is saving the world, because he's going to end the fighting in Ukraine. He's going to settle the differences in every part of the world where we're involved, and people are going to respect America again. So this is not just good.
Let's stick on getting rid of the electric car mandates and getting rid of the Green New Deal. P-Rae, we're going to come back to you in a second. We didn't know this. President Biden issued 125 executive actions in total to go after U.S. oil and gas. Can you talk to us what that meant for the U.S. auto worker? And P-Rae, we're going to come to you in 2 seconds.
Yeah, well, all of the requirements on the auto industry hurt the auto industry. We need government out of the American auto industry. The consumers will tell the manufacturers what they want to buy, and that's what's important. He's going to drill, baby, drill, and that's going to be beautiful for the gas-powered engines. We've got the power, we've got the oil, let's use it and save the American auto industry. Donald Trump's going to do that.
P-Rae, let's come to you. Tom Homan is going to join us in a few moments, P-Rae. He is Trump's border czar. P-Rae, we're seeing a major push by Democrats to ratchet up overreaction and, quote, hysteria in the news media about deportations, about Trump's crackdown on the border. He's basically saying no more illegal alien crossings. P-Rae, can you talk to us about that? Because are the American people getting the information from the media about how bad it is with Biden's border chaos?
Well, we have to understand that that media is legacy media, and they're doing what they're paid to do, which is confuse the American people. Here in my city, the Chicago Teachers Union has been traveling to Venezuela for over a decade, recruiting these people to come to us with invoices on their backs, and they didn't care. So if the Democratic Party is not interested in saving the American taxpayer, then it's time for us to move on. And I think that we've made that very clear, that the Democratic Party is done in this country. They don't mind giving away our resources. They don't mind letting in terrorists. A terrorist cell was actually discovered last week in Chicago. A woman found C4 and fake police uniforms and IDs in a random apartment.
Yep.
They're not talking about that, but they want to come and give us hysteria about the poor people who are going to be deported after they chose to commit a criminal act by coming into our country.
We've got live action happening.
Ignore them.
We got live action happening right now. The Trump family is taking to the stage. President Trump's expected to speak in just moments. What P-Rae just said, Brian, you know, Americans say, yes, you want to come here for the American dream. It also means you need to protect the American dream. You need to protect the American dream by, abiding by the rule of law. Come here legally. People are done with the American borders getting abused by people who have no respect for the rule of law. What do you think, Brian?
Absolutely. That is top priority, securing our border. I'm the grandson of immigrants from Europe who came through Ellis Island. They came here legally. We have no problem with immigrants coming to this country, but they need to do it legally like my grandparents did. So everything Donald Trump said today in his inauguration remarks got a cheer from the group that I was watching with here in Washington, D.C. And I'm going to the ball tonight, the Liberty Ball, where President Trump will be, and I'm going to shake his hand, I'm going to speak to him, and I'm going to tell him, thank you, sir, for everything you're doing for Michigan, for America, and for the world.
P-Rae, you going to any inaugural balls tonight?
Yes, as you see, I have on my ball dress. We are going to the Liberty Ball as well as the Multicultural Ball, so that we can speak to the globe about our very real issues in Chicago that not only affect us, but America and the entire planet. God bless America, and congratulations.
P-Rae, talk to us about how minority groups support deportations. We see the polls coming in from Pew, from the New York Times, CNN, New York Times Ipsos, Cripps polling. The majority of Americans support deportations. 87% of the New York Times poll say yes to deportations of criminal illegal aliens. President Trump is saying you got to shut the border now to all illegal crossings. How are minority, Black, and Hispanic groups reacting to that?
Well, I am Black, but I'm also an American Negro. That makes me foundational to this country, and the immigration story has absolutely nothing to do with me. We find it very offensive that people can choose to break laws in this country, and then our government rewards them with our tax dollars. There's no sanctuary for any American that chooses to commit federal crimes, but if you're an illegal alien, then the city of Chicago and other sanctuary cities have ways to protect you from federal prosecution. It's not fair. We don't support it. We support the American people because we are American, and we are very tired of the narrative that people like me are in some fight with foreigners against white Americans because we are all non-white. That's over. It's one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, and we are on board too with every other American. This is not a racial issue. This is a patriotism issue, and we're ready to get this started.
Okay, Brian Pannebecker, P-Rae Easley, thank you so much for being with us today. It's good to see you.
Thank you.